Hello guys, so today we are going to look into the cloud concepts. I hope you guys have enjoyed the previous video of intro about AZ900. So welcome back to Learn of Cloud, and today we are going to dive into cloud concepts. So in this lecture we are going to look into these concepts, that is defining cloud computing, defining this shared responsibility, describing the cloud modules, and you guys have like checking in the boxes. Like I love to check inside the boxes, and we are going to compare the consumption based models, private public cloud methods, and use cases, and consumption based model, cloud pricing models. So all are quite easy topics for us to learn. So let's start with cloud computing. I have prepared notes previously for you guys. So cloud computing is generally like it is renting a digital space in the sky for you guys to utilize the others powerful computers, virtual machine storage, what else, DB services, consumption to which we use, and we can also get access, scalability, cost efficiency. If you guys get confused with these names, don't worry. So we are going to look into those names and the explanations and the examples for those in the upcoming lectures. And it's like think that for your like just to get the introduction, or if you're not if you haven't ever visited into a working experience, or if you have never ever worked into cloud, this is a simple example for you guys. So think that it's a friendly digital sky where your data floats. So you'll have digital data centers, virtual machines, scalability, storages, and so on. So here, so we have described into cloud computing. Uh, it might look like childish behavior, but I love to give this. Yeah. So yes, these things generally make us feel live in this stuff. So next topic is like shared responsibility model. So in cloud, the shared responsibility model is like responsibilities are shared between the cloud provider and the customer. So for our example, the cloud provider is Azure. So for us, Azure is the cloud provider, and of course customer is us. So we are the customer here. So we are sharing the responsibilities between cloud and us. So here the provider, that is the Azure, handles physical infrastructure, while the consumer manages data and accessing the security. So the balance varies by service type. So what I'm trying to say is like so this responsibility generally changes. So if we are choosing IaaS, so all the responsibility, like most of the responsibility is handled by us, and few responsibilities are only handled by the cloud. So if it is on premise, so completely all the services and all the responsibilities are handled by the customer, that is us. So if it is a software as a service, maximum like completely it is handled by cloud, and it is platform as a service. So only the data, the application apps data which holds inside the app is only handled by us. All other structure and all other data center, network, host, operating systems, everything is handled by the cloud. So don't get confused on this topic. This is quite simple. Anyhow, we are going to look into these topics in near future. So for your reference, I'm just giving a glimpse on this topic. So that is, so if for example, if you are having on premise, right? On premise, then uh, everything, like you have to have your own data center, you have to maintain your physical network, you should have the host to deploy it, you should have the OS, you should have the control over the networks control, you should have the application on which, like the application which you're going to host, you should have the identities, devices, data related stuff, everything should be handled by you. So that is on premise. Think that you're working in a project locally, nah? So that is generally your on premise, so you're maintaining everything you have. For example, if it is IaaS, infrastructure as a service, that is a few are handled by us, and most of them are handled by us, and just few are handled by the cloud. That is, for example, data, application, network, host, like data's application and other stuffs, no? The directory, devices, all these are handled by us, and the data center, network, these are handled by cloud, and so on. If you come, like these are not the hybrid models, so we even have private cloud, public cloud, hybrid, all all these types of clouds. So all these we are going to look into this lecture itself. But if you have doubts on this IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, these topics will be described and detailedly explained in the next lecture. Now here we are going just to look into the basic cloud modules. So shared responsibilities, just so the responsibilities are shared between cloud and the customer. So for example, here our cloud is Azure and the customer is us. Okay, so we are sharing our responsibility. So for maintaining an application, we are just sharing, like few things I'm going to take responsibility, and few things Azure is going to take the responsibility. So we are just giving the glimpse of a shared responsibility module. Okay guys, we are again going to click into this. Yeah, I love to do this. Yeah. So next is we are going to look into public, private and hybrid cloud. So these are the types of clouds. This is very important topic guys. Probably, or like I'm sure, like your question paper will must have this topic, like you must have a question from this topic. It's quite easy, but don't get confused with these. Okay, so first, private cloud. Private cloud is dedicated to a single organization. So it's built and managed internally by us. So it is like most of the control and responsibility is taken by us. Okay, don't get confused on these topics. These are just simple ones. So controls, it's like offers maximum control over resources and security by us. So here resources are not shared with other organizations, it is kept private for us. So here the major thing is cost. Cost is very high. Your cost is high compared to all private, is having high cost setup, because you're going to handle everything by yourself, right? So the initial setup for the maintenance, all the costs. So for example, if you are setting up your data center, your network, and what else, so OS, everything you're going to set up by yourself. So for the setting up, you're going to have cost, and also for maintaining it you have cost again. So this is quite costly. And if you come for public cloud services, So public cloud services are provided by third-party vendors. Here our third-party vendor is Azure. For us here the third-party vendor is Azure. So our internet, we are going to access the cloud services which is provided by Azure, and the resources are shared between multiple users of this cloud. So for example, so you're working in an organization and your application and your project is hosted in cloud. So the developers, all the developers will have access to the resources which is shared in the public cloud, and it is easily scalable. Guys, don't get confused with the word scalable. So accessible, scalable, all these words we are going to look into the next lecture. But for your reference, I'm saying it's like public cloud is just pay as you go pricing. For example, you're asking for virtual machine from your public cloud, so you have to pay for the virtual machine which you use, not just for whatever available in the cloud. We are not going to pay for all the services. So whatever service which you need, you're going to pay to get that service. That's it. So which are the things which you are like, things which you are using, you have to pay for the things which you use. That's it. This is just simple. So you are using a virtual machine, you are using a DB, so just for this virtual machine and DB you're going to pay. That's it. It's simple. So for us, the example for the public cloud, as we know, Azure, AWS and Google Cloud. So all these cloud platforms are the example of our public cloud. Okay, this is quite simple. Cloud platform is very easy to work with, so don't get worried, guys. Yeah. One second, this guy is just making us do some extra stuff over here. Yeah, yeah, it's not moving on. Okay, we'll just moving to next topics, that is hybrid cloud and multi-cloud. hmm yes, guys. So hybrid cloud is a cloud, it's a combination of public cloud and private cloud. So you are going to decide like what are all the services and actions you're going to get from cloud, and what are all the things which you're going to maintain by yourself. So that is the example of like that is the definition for hybrid cloud. Yes, so that is the example of the hybrid cloud. Okay, now we will be moving into the explanation. Then it is a flexible, guys. So compared to all these clouds, hybrid cloud is really flexible. And why it is flexible is like you're the one who is going to decide like what are all the things which is going to get handled by cloud, and what are all the things which is going to handle taken care and taken responsibility by you. So here the use case, like why it is flexible, or why it is why it is very useful compared to all the clouds. It's like, so you can decide, for example, you're giving everything to the cloud, right? So you have a scenario that sensitive data are presented in your project. So all those sensitive data are kept into your private cloud, and the work stuffs which are all are taking like workloads and all the other stuff are taken care by the public cloud. So you are going to maintain and design on what are all the things which you are going to handle. Challenges here is the integration and data consistency, because integrating your handling few stuffs to your local, handling more stuffs to your, or few stuffs to your cloud, you should make a good integration on these both, and data should be consistent for both. So that is on hybrid. And next we are going to look into multi-cloud. Multi-cloud is other topic, like it's not like an important topic, but yeah, we have to learn about the concepts, right? So okay, we will be looking into the multi-cloud now. Guys, one small thing. No, you have to remember that all these cloud concepts have been taken care by you, and the stuffs which you're going to handle here is quite important and quite at the same time it's quite simple. Don't get confused with all the topics which you are learning here. Few might be new to cloud, and a few might be uh, new to this platform itself, so don't get confused or overwhelmed by this topics. Okay, so moving on, we have a multi-cloud. Multi-cloud is like uses services from multiple cloud providers simultaneously. Simultaneously in the sense at the same time, it is going to use the different services from different cloud providers, so it avoids the vendor lock-in. That is, it diversifies risk and leverages best of breed services. And here the complexity is it requires managing different platforms. For example, using AWS for storage, Azure for AI, and Google Cloud for the analytics part. Uh, don't This is like it is a complex way of handling cloud, so from my experience I won't suggest beginners to work on this multi-cloud concept, and don't mess up with your data, guys. So it is not advisable for the beginners, but if you want to learn or if you want to get the experience of handling multiple cloud platforms, you can go for it. And just remember the different flavors of ice cream, so each one have its unique taste. So if you want to explore each and everything, you can explore everything or choose the one which you love. Yeah, this this guy is not moving out from us. Okay, let's move into like this is an differentiation table for you guys to look into the cloud types. So for example, here for the public cloud, what is like it don't need capital expenditures to scale up. We'll look into the what is like a capital expenditure or what is the operational expenditure. We'll be looking into those. So capital expenditure is like buying all the stuff and services in prior before using, so that is called capital expenditure. So here for the public cloud, capital expenditure is not needed, so you will pay for what you use in public cloud, right? Pay for what you use. And then if you go for the private cloud, so organizations have complete control over resources and security in private cloud. In hybrid cloud, it provides most flexibility, and you're the one who's going to choose on which you have to keep it in for yourself and which you have to keep it for the public cloud. So here the applications can be quickly provisioned and deprovisioned, and here the data is in private cloud, the data is not collected with other organizations data, it is going to be kept in yourself. And in the hybrid cloud, organizations determine where to run their applications. And in public cloud, organizations pay only for what you use. That's why you don't have the capital expenditure. In private cloud, hardware must be purchased for startup and maintenance by yourself. Here you have to buy the software by yourself. And here in hybrid cloud, organizations control the security, like it can control like what is going to be given and what is going to be kept by us. And at the last, so public cloud has the organizations, the organizations don't have the complete control over the resources and security. Here we are responsible, and we have the complete control. That's it about public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud, guys. And so, if we come for the last topic for today's session, it is consumption based models. So, if it is like consumption based model is like we will have like we will learn about the difference of what is consumption based and like what are the types in which we are going to consume the cloud services. Generally in cloud you're going to pay for what you consume or what you use. So we have two types of consumption models. Those are capex and opex. Don't get confused. This is just an easy topic. Capex is called capital expenditure and opex is called operational expenditure. Okay, we will look into capex and opex now. I like to write in red, so I'm writing it in red. Okay, so capital expenditure is like you're going to pay for the upfront investments. Upfront upfront investment is like you're going to pay in prior to use the services. So in cloud upfront investment is like you're going to pay like before using the cloud. So these are upfront investments in physical infrastructures or assets. So for example, buying servers, data centers, or hardware to which you're going to use. Yep, that is upfront. And upfront is like buying hardware or data centers, etc. In in capex we are going to buy those things, or like it is generally like a long term investment. That is basically like you're not you're, the basic cost allocations are paid upfront prior to you use and then deprecated over time. For example, you're going to buy so many servers for your usage, but you're not using all the servers, so it is going to get wasted, like waste of service and waste of money in capex. And for example, a company buys servers for an on-premise data center, so it incurs high cost, high upfront cost, but the only benefit is it is for long term. That's it. And challenges here is like it has the initial investment, so it may not be flexible or scalable for rapidly changing business needs. Yeah, that is about capex. And if we come for opex, that is operational expenditure. Operational expenditure is easy. It is like these are ongoing regular expenses for services or resources consumed. So in the context of Azure, you pay for what you use, like for the VMs, storage, and other stuffs. You're going to get paid for, like you're going to pay for the services which you use. So it doesn't have the initial payment model. It is like pay as you go model. And here the cost allocation is quite simple for us. So in OPEX, yes, we'll utilize the space for OPEX. Sorry guys, this guy is not moving out of the place. See? Yeah. So for OPEX, what it is like, we are going to use pay as you go model. And for example, we can have it with low costs, right? So whatever we need, we are going to pay for that and use it. That's it. So for example in this Azure, a company uses Azure VMs and pays monthly for the compute hours consumed without needing to own any hardware. That is for the consumption time. You're just going to pay for the consumption time, like on how many hours it consumed that VM, that virtual machine, you're going to pay for that. So here the cost allocation is pay based on your usage. So you're going to pay on what you use. It's easy, right? You're going to use, for example, you're going to run 2 VMs. Here every month you're going to pay for how many hours you have your VM is up and how many hours you have utilized this VM. You're just going to pay your rupees for that. That's it, guys. So the only advantage here is like it offers flexibility. Pay for what you use, that is fair, right? We are just paying for what are the services which are using, and it has better cost control. We are having the control for what we are using, guys. And here scale up and scale down are done based on the demands. So scale up, scale down is like in one situation you need 2 VMs, but due to sudden demand you might need 5 VMs. So you can scale up your service, or you can scale down your service. So it is completely based on you. So you have that flexibility in this OPEX model. Yeah, in essence, so Azure follows OPEX. Azure is your OPEX, and few traditional IT companies might follow this boring CAPEX method. But yeah, our Azure follows the OPEX method. That guy left us now. That's great. And next, what we are going to look is like the consumption models which we have talked previously now. So consumption model is like cloud computing. So for you guys, for the just easy way to remember, so cloud computing is the delivery of computing services. So it is going to deliver the computing service which you are using over internet, and you're going to pay for what you use. Pay for what you use model, and you typically you typically pay only for the cloud services you use. That's it. So we can plan, and manage. So what are all the things we are going to use and what are all the things we no need. So we can consume or cut or consume the cost here in this cloud modules. So for the good example, what I can say is like instead of maintaining CPUs and storage in a data center, you can rent them, right? These are the best practices, guys. Practices. So here we can instead of buying these stuffs, we can just rent it from cloud whenever we need, and the cloud providers take care of the maintenance. We no need to maintain it physically. Like this cloud services will maintain it from our side. On behalf, they are going to maintain, and the cloud enables you to quickly solve your toughest business challenges and bring cutting edge solutions for your users. So here we can plan and manage our operating cost, and here we no need we have the privilege to cut the cost or to consume the cost. And we can treat our cloud resources like we can have the resources in our own data center. We can like we no need to have our private data center to pay for the data center or to maintain for the data center. All these works are cut it down. So we are when you are done with using the cloud resources, we can give it back. Like, guys, simple example is like if you are having a party, you are going to rent few stuffs, right? And after your party, you're going to return it to the one from where you have rented it, and you're just going to pay for the rent. That's it, guys. We have forgot a major stuff, guys. I thought I would remember, but yeah, now I got remembered about it. This might look silly, but I love to do it. As I said, we have completed our private public hybrid cloud and use cases on these cloud modules. Whenever we are going to use private, public, or hybrid cloud, all the consumption based models like capex, opex is covered, and pricing modules, consumption based modules, we have mentioned capex, opex, and pricing modules we have described about cloud modules, clouds, pricing modules. That's it, guys. Thank you for listening to this video. Hope you guys love this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to Learn Out Loud, and do share this video. Thank you. We'll look into the next topic soon. Thank you, guys.